Have you ever noticed that the kinder you are, the more people try to take advantage of you? You give, you help, you stay honest. And yet somehow, it's the ruthless ones who seem to win. The liars, the manipulators, the ones who play dirty. Why? Is the world punishing you for being good? Schopenhauer believed that human nature is far darker than we like to admit. He argued that most people are not driven by reason, morality, or fairness. They are driven by their own desires, no matter the cost to others. And in a world like this, kindness without strength is not rewarded. It is exploited. Think about it. When a wolf sees a wounded animal, does it show mercy? No, it attacks. Not because it is evil, but because that is its nature. Human beings are not so different. The moment they sense weakness, they strike, whether in business, relationships, or life itself. The hard truth? The world does not reward goodness. It rewards those who understand the game. So, should you stop being good? Should you become ruthless just to survive? Not necessarily, but if you don't want to be a victim, you must learn one thing: how to be good without being weak. To do that, we must look deeper into Schopenhauer's brutal understanding of human nature. Let's begin. Life is not a fairy tale. It is not a story where good people are rewarded simply for being good. It is a battlefield, a competition, a relentless struggle where survival belongs to those who adapt, not to those who wait for justice. Schopenhauer saw the world for what it is, a place ruled by blind, selfish forces where kindness is only respected when backed by power. He argued that nature does not care about fairness. It only cares about strength and survival. Imagine a lion hunting on the African plains. Does it hesitate out of pity for its prey? Does the gazelle get spared because it is innocent? Nature does not reward innocence. It rewards those who are fast, strong, and ruthless enough to seize what they need. And human society is no different. Beneath the layers of politeness and laws, the same primal game is being played. In business, in politics, in relationships, those who hesitate, who seek fairness at every turn, are often the ones left behind. How many times have you seen the hardest workers earn the least? The most honest people get betrayed? The ones who care the most suffer the most? The truth is, kindness without strength is seen as weakness. The moment people realize you will tolerate mistreatment, they will test your limits. They will take what they can. And the worst part? They won't even feel guilty about it. Because in their minds, they are just playing the game. So, what does this mean for you? Should you abandon morality entirely? But you must understand one thing. If you want to be good, you must also be strong. Because the world does not protect the weak. It devours them. The world tells you to be kind, to be honest, to help others. Society praises selflessness, teaching you that if you do good, good things will come back to you. But look around, is that really what happens? No, instead, you see the manipulators rising, the liars succeeding, and the self-serving winning while the kind-hearted struggle. Why? Because human nature is not wired for fairness. It is wired for advantage. Schopenhauer argued that most people are not driven by morality but by self-interest. They do what benefits them, even if it comes at the expense of others. And when they see someone who is kind, forgiving, and unwilling to fight back, they see an opportunity. Think about it. Who do con artists target? The greedy? No, they target the trusting. The ones who assume others are as honest as they are. The ones who don't suspect deception until it's too late. Who do toxic bosses overwork? The lazy? No, they push the loyal and dedicated because they know those people won't resist. Who do manipulators use? The selfish? No, they exploit the empathetic, the ones who care too much to walk away. Being good does not protect you. It makes you a target. This is why Schopenhauer viewed kindness not as a virtue in itself, but as something that must be guarded. Because kindness without awareness becomes naivety, and naivety attracts predators. The psychology of predators. There is a brutal truth most people refuse to accept. If someone can take advantage of you, they will. Not everyone, of course, but enough. Enough to make you suffer if you do not learn how to defend yourself. Psychologists call this social predation, the way some individuals instinctively seek out and exploit those who are too kind to fight back. They look for specific signs. People who never say no. People who assume the best in others. people who fear conflict, people who always try to please. Once they find someone like this, they push. First, small requests. A favor here, an unpaid extra task there. If the person complies without resistance, they push harder. More demands, more disrespect, more exploitation, until the victim either wakes up or is completely drained. And here's the darkest part. They don't even feel bad about it. Schopenhauer saw this clearly. He wrote that most people rationalize their selfishness, believing that if someone allows themselves to be used, it must be their fault. This is why waiting for fairness does not work. This is why hoping people will appreciate your kindness is a losing strategy. Because if they can take from you without consequence, they will. So, what is the solution? Should you stop being good? No, but you must stop being an easy target. And that requires understanding the next brutal lesson: why kindness without limits is a trap and how to escape it. Being good is not the problem. Being good without limits is. You have been told since childhood that kindness is the key to success, that if you are honest, hardworking, and generous, the world will reward you. But what they never tell you is this: kindness without boundaries is not respected, it is used. Schopenhauer believed that most suffering in life comes not from outright evil, but from misplaced expectations. People assume the world should be fair, that if they treat others well, they will be treated the same way. That morality is a system that ensures justice. But reality does not work that way. Kindness, when given freely without discernment, does not create gratitude. It creates entitlement. Think about it. The more you give, the more people expect. The more you tolerate, the more people push. The more you forgive, the less your forgiveness is valued. It's not that kindness itself is bad, but when you give too much without limits, people stop seeing it as kindness and start seeing it as weakness. The porcupine dilemma, why getting too close? Hertz Schopenhauer had a powerful metaphor for human relationships: the porcupine dilemma. Imagine a group of porcupines in the cold winter. They need to huddle together for warmth, but the closer they get, the more they hurt each other with their sharp quills. If they stay apart, they freeze. If they get too close, they bleed. This, Schopenhauer argued, is the reality of human nature. Get too close to people and they will hurt you, intentionally or not. Stay too distant and you will suffer from isolation. The key is finding the balance, knowing when to step back, knowing when to say no. Most people who suffer from being too good have never learned this balance. They give without limits. They expect others to appreciate them, but instead they find themselves drained, betrayed, and wondering why the world does not return the kindness they have shown. How innocent kindness becomes a curse. When you are too forgiving, too trusting, too generous, you attract the wrong people. Users who only stick around as long as they can benefit. Manipulators who take advantage of your good nature. Opportunists who push you as far as you allow. And the worst part? They make you feel guilty for defending yourself. Have you ever tried setting a boundary only to be told you are being selfish? Have you ever said no to someone only to feel like the bad guy? That is the trap. The more you give, the harder it becomes to stop. Because the moment you draw the line, people will resist. Not because you are wrong, but because they were benefiting from your lack of boundaries. Schopenhauer saw through this illusion. He knew that in a world driven by self-interest, waiting for fairness is not a strategy. It is a slow path to suffering. So, what is the solution? Not abandoning kindness, but protecting it. And that is exactly what we will explore next. How to be good without being a victim. If you've ever been taken advantage of, you might have asked yourself, should I stop being kind? Should I become ruthless just to survive? Schopenhauer would say no, because the answer is not to abandon goodness, but to combine kindness with strength. Think of it this way. A wolf and a sheep are both part of nature. The wolf takes what it wants. The sheep follows the herd. Which one survives? The truth is, you don't have to be either. You can be something else. A lion. A creature that is strong enough to defend itself, yet does not attack without reason. Here's how. 1. Stop expecting fairness. This is the first step. The world is not fair. The moment you stop expecting it to be, you free yourself from frustration and start focusing on what actually works. Most people who get exploited suffer because they assume that if they play fair, others will too. But life doesn't work like that. Some will take advantage, some will betray. And if you're not prepared, you will pay the price. So stop expecting kindness to be repaid. Give because you choose to, not because you expect a return. 2. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. Schopenhauer believed that people push as far as they are allowed. If you always say yes, people will keep asking. If you always forgive, people will keep hurting you. If you never stand up for yourself, people will assume they can walk over you. Setting boundaries does not make you cruel, it makes you respected. Say no when needed, walk away when necessary. Do not explain, do not justify, just enforce. Because the truth is, people don't respect kindness. They respect strength wrapped in kindness. 3. Learn to read people's intentions. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Some will only take from you. Schopenhauer saw human nature as largely selfish, meaning that many people will do what benefits them unless they are forced to act differently. So observe. Test people. Before giving your trust, see how they act when they have nothing to gain. Do they still respect you? Do they still value you? If not, walk away. You are not here to fix people. 4. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. There is a reason the most powerful people are often calm. True strength does not need to prove itself. Schopenhauer believed that those who talk the most about morality often use it as a weapon, while those who truly understand power do not need to flaunt it. This means stay calm under pressure. Don't react emotionally to manipulation. Let your actions, not your words, command respect. Kindness means nothing if it is not backed by strength. Be the person who can help, but also the person who will never be pushed around. 5. Learn when to walk away. One of the biggest mistakes good people make? Staying too long in bad situations, in toxic relationships, in friendships where they are being used, in jobs where they are undervalued. Schopenhauer believed that self-respect is the highest virtue. If someone does not treat you with the respect you deserve, walk away. Not with anger, not with emotion, just with certainty. Because the truth is, the moment you stop tolerating disrespect, you stop attracting it. So, what does all of this mean? It means that you don't need to stop being good. You just need to stop being weak. The world does not protect the kind, it protects the strong. Be both. So, now you understand the truth, being good is not enough. If you are kind without strength, you will be used. If you are fair without boundaries, you will be taken advantage of. If you are honest without strategy, you will be outplayed. Schopenhauer saw this clearly. Human nature is not built on morality, it is built on survival. But that does not mean you should become ruthless. It does not mean you should abandon kindness. It means you must protect it. Think of the people you admire most. Are they weak? No, they are good, but they are also strong. They are kind, but they do not tolerate disrespect. They are fair, but they know when to walk away. That is the balance. So ask yourself, where have you been too kind for your own good? Where have you allowed yourself to be taken advantage of? It's time to change that, not by becoming cruel, but by becoming unbreakable. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like your kindness was used against you? Tell me your experience in the comments. And if this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because the world needs more people who are good, but not weak. Stay strong.